No, the title is not bait. The Cubs GM literally said out loud that they have about a week, maybe a week and a half to turn things around. Otherwise, he's just going to give up and start trading guys. Speaking of giving up, the Dodgers just gave up on a guy they gave $7 million to. The Yankees, they got some payback against Jose Siri and the Tampa Bay Rays because Jose, he's been showboating a ton in the Bronx. And the Guardians, they're about to be in danger of falling out of the playoff picture if they don't turn things around and fast. So we're going to talk about all of that and more in today's MLB Recap. And just a quick reminder, Recap is presented by SeatGeek. Use code Fuzzy to save 20 bucks off all of your tickets. And if you like fantasy baseball, football, basketball, any sport that you can think of, be sure to download Underdog Fantasy using my code Fuzzy. New users get this free Bryce Harper Pick'em. Do not miss out on that. So we have a few housekeeping updates before we talk about all of the games from yesterday. The Braves, they picked up three-time All-Star Whit Merrifield after the Phillies dropped him about a week and a half ago. He had a 63 OPS plus with the Phillies, so it makes sense why they moved on. But over his final couple games with the Phillies in July, he had 4 stolen bases while almost hitting 280, so hopefully he can keep that pace in replacement of Ozzie Albies, who again is going to be missing the next 8 weeks. The Dodgers are officially moving on from James Paxton, the Big Maple. He had a 4.4 ERA and an insane 4.8 walks per 9. He did have a 3.3 ERA over his first 14 starts, but ever since that 15th start, he's been pretty bad. He also only has a 6.4 strikeouts per 9, so when you're not striking out anyone and you're walking everyone, it's a recipe for disaster. But as a Guardians fan, I still want him. We can fix him. Please don't let him go to the Rays. And then last but not least, this is kind of crazy to say out loud, but the Cubs GM, Jed Hoyer, is basically saying that they're going to give up on 2024 if they do not make a comeback this week. So the timer has officially started. If they do not go on a run, they will be making moves for 2025. They will not try to get better and retool for a second half comeback. So Cody Bellinger, he has player options for 2025 and 2026, so he's expensive. Maybe they try and move him. Kyle Hendricks, Hector Neris. No one really like, wow, we need that guy in terms of other teams trying to make a trade, but Bellinger, Hendricks, Neris, I mean, those are some decent names. And I only say Bellinger is decent because he's very expensive. I think he's making $30 million with the player options for the next 2 years. But who knows? Maybe they won't make any trades because they're about to turn it around. I mean, this is a big time series versus the Brewers. Javier Assad, he worked around 6 walks to not allow any runs somehow, and check this out. Chicago, they were gift wrapped a rally after Adames booted a ball at shortstop, and now Maya, he can walk to second base after Tobias Myers slipped on the mound, so that is a balk. Michael Busch, he took advantage. He ripped an RBI single up the gut. Now the Brewers, they loaded them up again after Assad walked like 3 separate guys, but Drew Smiley, he came in and he put out the fire. I think that Drew Smiley is a free agent after 2024, so maybe he gets moved. Busch, he made a smart play to throw home. He got the lead runner. He kept the force outs, and then Contreras, he rolled over to end the threat. What is going on with the Brewers in this game? Another mistake. Myers, he airmailed it at second base. Everyone is safe, and honestly, this just makes sense. He goes from airmailing a throw to spiking a pitch. Tauchman, he scores. The Brewers are kind of just in disbelief. Ian Happ, see ya. That's his 16th home run. He helped make sure that this solo home run from Willy Adames didn't feel too scary. Actually, wait, this is very scary. Hector Neris is facing the power threat William Contreras with the runner on. He's the tying run. He squibbed it like a cue shot in billiards. That is Hector Neris' 14th save. So if anyone's going to get traded, it's probably Hector Neris. So we talked about the Cubs. Let's talk about the other 2 teams, the Dodgers and the Braves, and see if they picked up some W's. LA, they were taking on San Francisco for the first time since Willie's passing, and it was pretty nice. They honored him before the game. They had Willie's son in attendance. Freddie, he made a Willie Mays-esque play, the basket catch over in foul territory behind the back. And now it's time for, I'm not lying about this name, River Ryan. He's exactly why James Paxton was DFA'd, because they were trying to make room for their number 4 prospect. He was a shortstop back in the day, so it makes sense that he has a rocket arm. His first strikeout was 97-mile-per-hour paint, and then Chris Taylor had a beautiful play at the hot corner to let River go 3 scoreless. Now the 4th was a little bit different. The bases are juiced. Matt Chapman's not an easy out. The run was going to score anyway on the walk, but I will say it was an unearned run, so Rivers' ERA is still at 0 to begin his career, and now he's out the jam. Yaz, he couldn't hold up, and Teo, he couldn't hold up either, but he actually meant to swing his 21st home run. He's been insane this year. River is now in line for a no decision. He went 5 1/3 before being pulled. Alex Vesia, he saved the Kadimo down 2 consecutive Giants hitters. He's out the jam. Teo then smoked his 2nd RBI knock off of Blake Snell, so the Dodgers are actually winning. Now before we move on to the 7th, check out how the 6th ended. Lamont Wade Jr. turned into a juggler. He bobbled that thing like 4 times, and then he barehands it. And is this Tyler McGuire? Tyler Fitzgerald. He has 4 consecutive games with a home run. He's a rookie with top 2% speed. Fitzgerald has 7 home runs, 9 stolen bases, and a 145 OPS plus in his first 48 big league games. That is insane. But the man who drove in the first 2 runs drove in the 3rd run. Teoscar Hernandez wins it for the Dodgers. He was the entire offense, so it's only fitting he made the final out to secure Daniel Hudson's 7th save. The Dodgers officially have 60 Ws, and they've won 4 games in a row. Whit Merrifield's brand new team, the Braves, took on the Reds in Atlanta, and Ellie, he wants 3 bases, and they're not even going to try and throw him out at third base. There was no second relay. They hold it. He's at third base. Jamier, he skied one to Adam Duvall, who does have a cannon, but he's safe. You know who is not safe? 21-year-old Nacho Alvarez. What a play. Hunter Green makes the behind-the-back catch, and he throws out the rookie. Again, I'm not lying about this name, Nacho Alvarez. Oh, this could be trouble for Hunter Green, but the hometown kid, Hunter Green, he saved the day with a running grab, and it was a weird landing. His knee kind of buckled, but he's okay, and if you want proof, there he is blasting off for a home run. He's having a crazy season because he has 11 home runs and 13 stolen bases. Very good, right? He has 119 strikeouts and an 85 OPS plus. Ellie, he got on again with his wheels. He beats out the infield single, and it's got to be really fun to be Jamier Candelario or anyone who's hitting behind Ellie because that speed is basically a free RBI. He scores from first on a base hit to right field. Now, both teams, they traded a few sac flies, but the Reds win 4-1. Alexis Diaz, he was the one that gave up the run, so Hunter Green tossed another beauty. 7 scoreless, only 2 base hits allowed. He has 30 strikeouts and a 0.72 ERA over his last 4 starts. Hunter Green, he's really starting to figure it out. All right, we got to talk about this Bobby Witt Jr. freak because he's your new leader in F4 across Major League Baseball, more than Aaron Judge, more than Gunnar Henderson. Bobby, he got to third base in like 10 seconds, 1 second for every single triple he has this year, so 10. And also, by the way, he has 10 base hits since the All-Star break. He's 10 for his last 12 after that triple. Skipping to the third, Isbell, he put the Royals up 1 on a single when Alec Thomas and Ketel Marte put the Snakes out in front. So Thomas doubled and Newman, I won't show it. I'm going to show this Ketel Marte golf swing. He has 20 home runs. But again, the Royals, they have a Hulk, and his name is Bobby Witt Jr. There's the double. He's halfway to the cycle already. Vinny, he scored Bobby Witt Jr. right before Salvi did some damage of his own. Salvi has 18 home runs, so he steals the team lead with 18 from Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby said, F that, I'm the top dog. He's got a triple, a double, and a home run. He's a single away from the cycle before the 5th inning. I got a lot of 3s coming at you guys, so that's a 3-run tank, and he now has 3 hits in 4 consecutive games. He's been on fire. Renfroe, he popped off for a home run as well. I think that Renfroe now has 9 home runs, so the Royals, they're up 1 million. Bobby, he's going to get his chance, and they hit him. Cowards. This is how I felt after seeing Bobby Witt Jr. get hit by that guy. Bobby eventually came around to score on a sac fly, and I'm going to skip to this because both managers, they were warned after Gabriel Moreno got hit. Torey Lovello, the manager of the Diamondbacks, he was ejected. He was waving his finger, pointing it, and then Salvi, he was pumped up as well. He was trying to defend his team. That's a captain right there. Bobby, he's going to get one more chance. No, I needed a cycle Bobby Witt Jr. card in MLB The Show, but he doesn't get it. I can't believe that they hit him. The Royals, they went 10-4, and they've won 4 games in a row as well. Great news for Royals fans because Cleveland just lost their 3rd game in a row. They faced Dylan Cease, Michael King, and Tarek Skubal. It's not very fun, but that's like a playoff series and how it's going to feel, so you can't get embarrassed like this. This rookie for the Tigers, Justin Henry Malloy, he's got some quick hands. He had a grand slam a few days ago on a sinker inside. Here's another home run on a pitch inside. Honestly, if I had an old-fashioned Western duel, I would want Justin Malloy because he's got some quick hands. Jake Rogers, that is a free 2 RBI triple because Angel Martinez missed the dive, then he slipped, so he's all the way around for a Little League home run. It was overturned. I don't really care, though, because Wencel Perez, he got a free extra base hit as well, courtesy of Angel Martinez, who had a terrible read off the bat. He lets it drop, and you just can't afford that against Tarek Skubal. Scoobs did allow 10 base hits, but he worked around them with double plays and strikeouts. 6 strikeouts over 6 innings, just a 1 run. He has a 2.3 ERA on the season. He's fired up after getting that last out. This is a big-time series, and Colt Keith knows it. The toe tap, it's here to stay. He has 10 home runs. Detroit, they've won 5 of their 8 games versus the Guardians this year, and they're now just 1 game away from being 500. The Guardians dropped to 8-14 over their last 22. They're hitting .225 as a team. Yesterday was just an awful day for me because the Royals, the Tigers, and the Twins won. Or did the Twins win? The 2-timer hit a home run in his very first at-bat in Target Field, which is crazy to say. I didn't realize that Bryce had never been here before, or maybe he just hasn't homered in this ballpark. No, I think that's his first at-bat ever in Target Field. He now has 23 home runs and 6 outs above average. He might win a Gold Glove this year. I mean, unless Christian Walker exist, and he does. Now, the Twins answer with a few singles from Willie Castro, and then Manuel Margot. He hit a 2-run single off of the dangerous Ranger Suarez, and that's very impressive. Bailey Ober, the pitcher for the Twins, he really locked in after that 2-run home run to Bryce Harper. He got some help from Santana on that double play, and then Santana came in clutch with the stick. I thought that this ball was gone. Santana's in there for an RBI double. Kepler, he makes it 5-2. They ended up with 7 runs after Willie Castro walked with the bases loaded. They kind of had some confusion. Kepler's like, hey, buddy, that's 4 balls. You can go to first base now. And then the 7th run came on a wild pitch. The Twins, they're tied for 2nd place in the Central, so both the Royals and the Twins are only 4 games back of the Guardians now. Juan Soto and the Yankees played angry in this one. They got some payback against Jose Siri and the Rays. Austin Wells, he got the party started. He homered again. He's got a 380 on base and 6 home runs over the last month. Anthony Volpe, that's his first home run since May. It's been like 2 months. Now, if you're wondering why Anthony's kind of slowly trotting around the bases, that's on purpose and designed because Jose Siri has been showing off against the Yankees and slowly trotting, so the Yankees said, we want some payback. But speaking of Jose Siri, he returned the favor. He hit another home run. He's basically crawling home. He's enjoying it. I think he's a lot of fun to watch despite the fact that he's hitting like 100 on the season. Okay, it's not that bad, like 200. What is going on with guys hitting their first home run in a couple months? DJ LeMahieu, he just smoked his first. It also took him like 2 months to hit one after he came off the IL. He missed a chunk of time. Carlos Rodon, he looked like himself. Like so many guys reversed the curse and actually played well in this one. He struck out 10 Rays, only allowed 2 base hits and 1 run, which is big for Carlos Rodon. Now here's where Juan showed off the power with 2 majestic home runs. This ball almost went to the 4th deck. He's jogging. Again, that is by design. That is on purpose. And here's the dagger, a 3-run missile over the short porch. That ball was scorched. He is 11 for 18 in this series. He's hitting .311 with 25 home runs, 71 RBIs, a near 190 OPS plus on the season. That is a statement W, if you ask me. You guys are going to hate me for this, but I'm going to cut a lot of fat in this Red Sox and Rockies game because there was a lot of home runs that were go-aheads, were game tires. Chuck Nasty, there's a go-ahead 2-run home run. He's got 6, and by the way, that's only the 2nd home run to a lefty Tanner Houck has allowed all year. We're going to skip to the 5th. Jamie Westbrook, he hit a moonshot, a 3-run moonshot. So not quite a game-tying home run because the Rockies put up a 4 spot. But, okay, I'll show some of these other hits. Rob Refsnyder, he tied it with a single. And then Jacob Stallings got blessed by the baseball gods. He does not deserve Christmas presents this year because he already got one. Strike 3 would have been out 3, was not called strike 3. Jacob said, thanks, I'm going to reclaim the lead now on an RBI double the other way. He makes it 5-4 Rockies. Boston fans, they should be punching the air right now because this would have been the game winner. Connor Wong, he went the other way. He ties it in the 9th inning. Should have been a go-ahead. And now we're about to go 12 innings or something crazy because Boston, they went up 2 in the 10th when Sam Hilliard made it a brand new game. He resets the score with a game-tying 2-run 450-foot nuke. Alex Cora, I think that he was fired up over what happened earlier in the game. I think he's basically saying we're in the 12th inning and we're wasting pitchers because of you, umpire. He's thrown out. Ultimately, the Rockies walk it off on a Ezequiel Tovar single. They win in the 12th inning as the Red Sox, they've lost 3 games in a row. We talked about the Royals earlier in this video, and we know how good they are on paper. The same can be said about the Rangers, who, despite being down in the division, they're only 4 games back with all the talent in the world, and they're about to get healthier with DeGrom coming back, but they have a few other guys on the way, Josh Young, so the Rangers are only going to get better from here. Tommy Pham crushed a long home run. He is auditioning for other teams, and Marcus Semien, he also got a home run. He's trying to salvage his season because he was an all-star despite the fact that he was pretty bad offensively. I'll show this real quick. Rookie Brooks Baldwin, he ripped an RBI, his first career RBI. That's a cool name. After Chicago took their lead back, Bruce Bochy got ejected because he was trying to argue this was a foul ball. Instead, they said it was a fair ball, and Luis Robert Jr. was allowed to steal second base. So obviously, Bochy said, no, that was a foul ball. Sent him back to first base. Anyway, nothing came of that. Leote, he tattooed one almost 415 feet, and we're not done with long balls. Paul DeJong now has 17 home runs. He and Tommy Pham could really reshape things for other lineups in Major League Baseball, like other playoff contenders. The White Sox, they were so close to a Ray or W, but Brebbia, he blew a save. Donaheim tied it, and that allowed Wyatt Langford to walk it off on a ringing double. So multiple RBIs would have been had off the bat of Wyatt if it wasn't a walk-off, but instead it's just 1 RBI. The Rangers, they've won 2 games in a row, and just like the Royals, they're 4 games back of first place. They're only 4 games back now because both the Mariners and the Astros lost yesterday. Seattle also lost J.P. Crawford. I'm so sorry, Mariners fans. He's going to be missing a few weeks to heal that pinky fracture, and aside from that, Tyler Anderson and Bryce Miller, they really battled all game long. Tyler gave up 1 run and Bryce gave up none. We're going to skip to the 8th inning because Nolan Shawnuel, he did not like that call. It was borderline. He's not happy. He gets tossed, but lucky for him, his teammates had his back. The Angels stole second and third base, a perfect pitch to steal on, by the way, and that set up the game-tying sac fly for Taylor Ward, and here's a go-ahead single for Joe Adell. He's been so good against the Mariners, kind of like how Mike Trout was back in the day when he was healthy. I shouldn't say back in the day, he still exists. It was super fun to watch the third base coach of the Angels basically running with Brandon Drury home. Neto, he scored on the air, so the Angels go up 3-1. Carlos Estevez had a 9-pitch 9th inning. He has 19 saves. That's a brutal way to lose a game, if you ask me. Hogan Harris was incredible versus the Astros. The lefty, he got some help from his offense in the 3rd inning. This A's lineup is awesome at finding gaps. Like, they strike out a ton, and they also don't walk a lot, but they can rip some home runs. They hit the gaps for some doubles with the best of them. Miguel Andujar played it too, and then J.J. Bleday, we call him two-base Bleday. He has 29 doubles already. He makes it 3-0. Max Schumann, the rookie, he makes it 4-0. He has a 115 OPS plus and a very impressive 355 on base to go along with 9 stolen bases. Hogan Harris kept mowing the Astros down. He ended up tossing 5 2/3 with 7 strikeouts. He's got a 2.98 ERA on the season after being basically batting practice last year in his debut season, and I think that he and his defense rolled 3 or 4 double plays, and by the way, I lied. Actually, he went 6 2/3 shutout. Mason Miller, he came in to seal the W. He didn't strike out anyone, which was weird. He also didn't get the save opportunity because they were up 4 and no one got on base, but yeah, they wanted to give him some work. The Astros have lost 2 games in a row, and the A's, they're 11-9 over their last 20. Sorry, I'm going a little bit quicker today. I've had a million things to do over the last 24 hours. Mitch Keller was so good that he only needed 2 runs to win this game. McCutchen, he doubled ahead of O'Neal Cruz, who sliced one the other way for a 2-out RBI. Nolan Gorman, he tied it, his 19th home run, but remember what I said. Keller only needed 2 runs. Keller helped himself out with a nice play. He had to get hit on the hand to make the play, deflected, but then he had the glove flip. Rowdy made a play as well. He saves extra bases and the game because Andre Palante, he was great. 1 run over 6 innings. It's just that Keller, he went 7 innings, and the Pittsburgh pen did what the Cardinals pen could not do. They didn't allow a run. Nick Gonzalez, Nicky G, he gives the Pirates their lead back, and he singles the other way to score Brian Reynolds. David Bednar, his 18th save gives the Pirates 9 wins over their last 11. And look at the wild card race. The Pirates, they're only a half game behind of the Mets. The Cardinals, they're barely hanging on to their spot. So this is also a very important series. I basically just spoiled it. Yes, the Mets did beat the Marlins. Jeff McNeil, he might be back, ladies and gentlemen. He cranked another multi-RBI home run. He has 3 home runs and 6 RBIs his last 4 games. Francisco Lindor, this guy is on fire. So he did the Jazz Chisholm Jr. home run celebration in front of Jazz as he was passing second base. Josh Bell, I'll show this, he went yard as well. He has 10 home runs. Brian De La Cruz, he had a big day as well. His 3rd hit was his 17th home run, which is 2 fewer than Francisco Lindor, who's got 19 home runs, 20 stolen bases, a 130 OPS plus. Edwin, he didn't have the best 9th inning. He allowed a run before getting the final out. But I will say the Mets and the Marlins have been battling very well against each other all year. They split this series, and on the season, they're 5-5 against each other. All right, so to end today's recap, I want to do that guess the pitcher as well as batter game, and off the rip, I don't know who that pitcher is. I kind of have an idea. It looks like Carlos Rodon, but I don't think it is, so I'll come back to that one because I did look at the hitter already just for a brief second. If you guys don't know this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button because you need to watch more ball. If you saw this guy and you did not immediately know it was Pete Alonso, again, I challenge you to hit that subscribe button because you need to watch more ball. No offense, but you do. Now, this pitcher, it looks like it could be, I don't think that's Rodon, but it almost kind of looks like Kyle Harrison of the Giants, but I'm thinking it could be Joey LaCasey. They don't have a Joey LaCasey. Wait, is it Joey Wentz? I know that Joey Wentz is kind of a tall lefty who's got a funky little one. It's not, I don't think it's Joey Wentz. I thought it was LaCasey. Is it, I don't think it's Adrian Morjon. Kyle Freeland. Kyle Freeland's also a crafty little lefty who's got some movement to his legs and stuff like that. I think it could be Kyle. I think it's a Kyle. It's either Kyle Freeland or Kyle Harrison, one of those two. Let me go Kyle Freeland first because I feel like that's a safer. Yeah, I don't know if they expect the casual person to know what Kyle Harrison is. This Kyle Harrison? There's no way that they would make it that hard because I don't think that a lot of people have watched a ton of Kyle Harrison. And Kyle Harrison, that's kind of hard. Oh, also by the way, Pete Alonso was in the pitcher thing as well. But yeah, that was hard. I can't believe I even got it right. Well, everyone, that does it for today's MLB recap. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, or you watched until the end, do me a favor and leave a like, subscribe, and enjoy the web gems.
Ground ball up the middle. Oh, what a play by Rafael. He guns to first and got. Rojas with a broken bat floater. Drury is able to barehand and throw. It is in time.
And the slider looped into shallow center. On comes Bader sliding and he.
Top of the order for the Cubs. Ground ball to third. Nice pick by Ortiz. Throw is low, but. That's a great sliding catch.
He lifts one, foul territory. Rivera is there, and he makes the.
3:30 with runners in scoring position, but Bregman robs him of a hit here with a runner.